phone call and I'm being inducted to the Hall of Fame. And both of them looked at me and they're like, for what? Yeah, I played volleyball. I did. Yes, I have a torn rotator and a torn labrum, and you haven't seen me do that in years. And I also am a mom. So I put all that to the side for you. So even walking, in here today, they still didn't quite understand what any of this looked like and why. So it's kind of neat as a parent to kind of get through this with the kids and try to, really see where maybe they get some of that competitive spirit from. One of the biggest things I would have to say is, thank you so much for giving a chance to me. I walked in as a stranger and you said yes. So I grew up in a little town of Iowa. And in Iowa, in Red Oak, Iowa, 2 stoplights, yes, I played anything that I could. Yes, I had to play men's soccer because there was no women's soccer team. I swam, I played volleyball, I ran track, I did anything that I possibly could. I also, basketball players in here, I played 6-on-6, half court, 2 dribble, women's basketball. They did not let women run all the way up and down the court, and they could not trust a woman to dribble a ball twice. So that's how I learned how to play basketball. And some of the people around here go, I remember watching women play that way. But my biggest influence is probably my oldest brother. So I'm an identical twin, and my brother, we, of course, in Iowa, there's not much to do. So he would mow a football field in the front yard, and we would go out front, him and all of his friends, and his 2 sisters, we would play football. Not flag football, tackle. So there I am with my brother, 3 years older, and his 15 friends, and my sister and I being tackled. Trying not to cry, we're in the bottom of the huddle. My brother would get back there and he'd be like, you are throwing the football, you're gonna be quarterback now. Don't throw it like a girl, throw it like a boy. Get that spiral on that thing. Make us throw time and time and time again. So, there was a girl who loved to be all dressed up in her lacy pink dress, but I'd be jumping in puddles and allowing my brother to teach me how to throw a football. So Iowa was one of these things where I had to learn what sports were. I actually loved track. I loved hurdles and long jump, triple long jump, and volleyball. And I had to make a choice. When I left Iowa and moved to St. Louis, sports in St. Louis were a lot different than Iowa. I had to learn how to play 5-on-5 basketball, number one. That's why I never kept with that. Sorry, Coach Muller. Couldn't give me basketball, couldn't dribble. So when I came to St. Louis, I had to pick something, and I picked volleyball. But the biggest thing is in my high school year, I got recruited, and I went to go play at William Woods University. I went there, I felt lost. I didn't know what in the heck was going on. I'm playing at a university. People are from California and from Florida, and the coach is, you're a freshman, you're gonna sit on the bench, and I'm like, wait, all this stuff going on. So I left. I left a scholarship that year. I went back to St. Louis, and again, trying to figure out what I was gonna do. I played volleyball at Lindenwood University. And again, nice little scholarship, playing, and I quit. I've never really quit anything in my life, but for some reason, I was lost. I didn't know what in the heck was going on. So I gave up on sports. I gave up on competing. I gave up on the thing that I loved most. And that was just that athletic drive to do something and do something past myself at a higher level. In that lostness, I can't even tell you how lost I got. But I called my dad and I said, hey, I'm coming to Ohio and I'm really lost. And so I walked into Miami, Mom, because in my 2 years of college, by the way, I didn't have enough credits to go to Oxford. That's how lost I was, I guess, a little bit. But I walked in and I'm like, gosh, I don't even know. Walked into JV, can I play some volleyball? I just want to play again. And I have to say, for being a lost little girl, and I say little girl, yes, I was 20, 21 years old, but a lost little girl at that time, Mom saved me. And I say Mom because it really, really did save me. I met some unbelievable friends, and I can't tell you what they did. So thank you. Allie became one of my best friends, and I pleaded Tiffany up there as well. And Coach Bennett really kind of took me under his wing and said, "I'll take care of you. Let's play. Let's play hard." So thank you to you guys. You know, when I was thinking about this, I had to think about a couple things. So I had to say, what would I tell my younger self? The younger lost self, or the younger self playing, or even just the young teenage self. And I can do that every day. I've got a 16 and 13-year-old. I feel too old to say, you know, it's too, like, really? I have a 16 and 13-year-old? Like, what? I'm like writing it down, 16, 13. But they're swimmers. By the way, they didn't want volleyballs coming at their head, and they thought diving on the floor was something stupid, and bruises, and no, just let me put me in a pool in a swimsuit and let me swim. So they both swim for the Mason Manta Rays. My oldest daughter, Peyton, she's my hero in the way that she is the most caring individual. She's the best teammate a coach could ask for. When people say that they want a coachable athlete, they want Peyton. Coach says, go in the water, you're swimming a mile. Okay. Okay. I can spot 50 laps in the pool, 45, what is it? 60 laps in the pool, just by the way, in a mile. Okay, I'll do that. Well, now I want you to turn around and do that in 500. Okay, and I want you to do a 400 IM. I'm learning all this swim terminology. And she says, okay. And she gets out of the water and has a huge smile on her face. And she's hugging people and laughing with people. And her care and her love for people and teammates and friends is just amazing. And I wish I could tell my younger self to look at somebody like Peyton and just care and love everything that you do, and be so lucky for everything that you have in life. The one thing I would have to say just real quick about her is I would say to be more like Peyton, listen more, care more about people, take everything that you can in, laugh. She laughs, her laugh is so darn cute. So Peyton, that's what I would tell my younger self from you. Ashley, my 13-year-old, she gets a little bit of that competitive drive from me. So sorry, Ashley. But she also swims, and she started swimming for the Mason Manta Rays, and she made the Junior Olympics, and it's her first year, and Coach came up to her and said, you're swimming on the B relay, and you're swimming like number 3. So out of 8 people, right, they put her as number 7. We get in the car, and she's ticked. I worked so hard, Mom. Why am I on the B relay? Why aren't I on the A relay? You know what? It's just not your time. She went up to Ohio State and swam. I can't even tell you what this girl swam. But the last day, the last relay, Coach went up and said, hey, we're switching up the relays. Ashley Bender is swimming the last leg, which means that she's the fastest girl on the entire team. And she swam a 24. Which, I know you guys don't know these numbers, but mouths were dropped, and she said, I want everyone to know who Ashley Bender is. And she just makes me so proud how she did not be defeated by being number 7 on a team. And she turned around and said, watch this, guys. My name's Ashley Bender. Watch. So that competitiveness. So she's my hero as well. I can't tell you how thankful and grateful I am for the both of them. Grateful for my family, you know, my parents, my husband, my sister, my life coach, as I would call you, my teammate, and my brother. I'm very, very thankful for you guys. I think back to who I am today and the support that they've given, and I can't even tell you the way that they've picked me up when I'm down, and they've lifted me up, and they've patted me on my back and said, awesome job. The last thing I'm just going to say is, as an athlete, as a parent of an athlete right now, I can't, even to what you had said, JB, about my dad, I know what my role is as a parent. cheerleader, picking them up, not coaching them. Let the coaches do what they do. You guys are unbelievable. And I give you so much credit. Okay, if they played volleyball, I might not be able to show up, but good thing they swim, right? But I would also say, you know, at this point in my 40s, I've limited myself to my age. Jackie Joyne and Christy said there is no limit to age. You put it on yourself, and I have. I've done 12 triathlons, I've done 3 half marathons, I've done marathons, and I did it to try to push myself past the limit that I could, but I stopped, and I need to go back to that competitive edge and that spirit. And all of us as athletes know we strive for that, and we just beg for it. So in the end, courage, determination, hurting so good, getting past some of that doubt, not labeling myself as a girl in her 40s, and taking chances. And this darn shoulder, man, he called me Rammer. My last name was Ramig, and so he called me Hammer Rammer. And so he was like, hammer the ball down, Rammer. Well, yeah, my shoulder's done. Surgery, which I'm putting off until the girls, sometime I'll get a free time, right? But I think in the end, if I would say if I would do anything different today, is I don't think I would do anything different. I would have given myself a chance at William Wood University. I would have given myself a chance at Lindenwood University. I would have taken all those chances I had. I would have come here lost. I would have met you in that gym. I would have met my best friend from the entire world, and I would have had the support from my family. And I could look at those girls today, and if they ever go through something like that again, I can say I've been there, and I've done that. And her mom was a volleyball player. Yeah, she did volleyball. At one point, one day, a long time ago. So thank you for telling them I actually played. I still don't think they believe me. But thank you, God. I appreciate this. So thank you for the nomination. Thank you for calling me and inducting me into this Hall of Fame, and allowing those girls to be a little bit more proud of their mom. And I appreciate that. So thank you.